Today's topic is constructors in Java. So, if some of you have have studied the C++, so you might be aware about what exactly the constructor is. Okay. So, and if you are not aware of the C++, it's fine. We'll cover from the basic. Okay. So so now we have the question like what is the constructor in Java? Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Like what is a constructor in Java? Let's do step by step. A constructor is nothing but a one type of method in Java. Constructor is nothing but a one type of function in Java. But there are some rules. There are some rules of that. And what are the rules? The rule number first is constructor name must be same as the class name. Okay, so what we are doing exactly, we are defining a class, and in class we are defining a method. We are calling the method as a constructor if and only if the condition number one is the name of the method should be the same as the class name. This is the rule number one. The rule number two is constructor must have no explicit return type. So let's say how we are defining a method. Let's say void add and void display. So void is nothing but the return type, like integer, float, double, void are the return type. So in the similar way, method can have the return type, but when we are defining a constructor should not have the return type. That is the rule. The rule number three is the Java constructor cannot be abstract, static, final, and then synchronized. Okay, so these are the somewhat the detailed terms. So this all the abstract, static, final, and synchronized will take a separate video for that. But as of now, just consider that the constructor is nothing but a method name in Java. The constructor does not have the return type. Okay, so this was basics about the constructor. So let us try move towards the coding. So we'll able to know exactly what about the constructor is. So first of all, what we will do, we will be doing the coding in the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so it's a good editor to work on with the different languages. So let's save this first file with Java extension. Let's do this. Okay, we have the Java programs I think available in this folder. Okay, yes, we have Java programs. We'll save this like a constructor demo.java. So as you know, we are saving this file, so we'll be having this as our class main method. Okay, so what we will do, we will define our public static void main, then we'll have string args. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to define a constructor. So what we will do, we will define let's say class cons demo. Okay, so now let's go to the rules of the constructor. What is a constructor? Constructor is nothing but a method. So we'll define a method like this. What should be the name of the method? The name of the method should be a same name as a class. So what we have done exactly, we have defined a method, and we have the name of the method should be the same name as a class name. There is no return type. We are not writing any void or integer and all that. Yes, we can write public and all that. It's fine. Public const demo. It's fine. Okay. So this is what we have defined. We have defined the constructor system dot out. Let's print that out dot print ln. We let's say this is nstru constructor demo. Okay, so let's save this code. What we have to do, what I will do, I will just define create an object of the class cons demo obj1 equals to new cons demo. Okay, just save this code. I can open terminal only here also. just go to the required path, cd, okay, cd java programs. To compile the code I need to write java c and the file name, that is the constructor demo.java. Now will not have any errors. Only the current processing explicitly requested constructor. I don't know this it. Yes, I think there are some issues. Constructor demo.java public static void when string public class demo. Okay, okay, let's try just with a different name and save as this file as a demo. Let's say 2.java. I do this here demo 2. Let's save this code and I can compile this code. Demo 2.java. Okay, yes, we will be having the name, like this. Okay, yes, we cannot have single quote, we are using in TypeScript, sorry for that. Plus again java c demo 2.java. Yes, we have successfully compiled the code java demo 2, let's say, then run this code. Okay, and the output would be, yes, this is a constructor demo. So what we have done, ultimately we have defined the constructor demo class, we have defined the const demo class, we have defined the constructor, and what we are doing, we are just printing some message, this is a constructor demo and all that. Okay, so what, and in the main method I have created the object. But now you will be having the question, we are not calling this constructor. If we call this constructor, then this message should be displayed, but we are getting this output. So for that, let me explain you. When we are creating the object of a class, what we will do, we'll create a class name, object name equals to new keyword, again class name. What we are doing, ultimately calling this constructor from this keyword. Yes, ultimately we are calling this constructor. So again, ultimately we are doing this. Okay, so what we are doing exactly, we are calling a default constructor. So what is a default constructor? A constructor with a no argument is a default constructor. Constructor with no argument is a default constructor. If we write like this, let's say string s. Okay, so what we have done, we have defined the parameterized constructor. We have discussed the two types of constructors, two types of constructors available in Java. So one is a default constructor and the second one is a parameterized constructor. Default constructor means constructor with no parameter, and the parameterized constructor with the parameters. Okay, done. And so we have defined the default constructor as well as the parameters constructor. Okay, now you will be asking, what is the use of the constructor? Constructor is used to initialize primary initialization. Constructor is used for the primary initialization. Okay, we will see that, but before that, let me also call this constructor also. Let's copy this line and paste it over here. Okay, this is the, let's say, parameterized constructor demo, and this is a default constructor demo. Let's save this, and let's say if I want to call this parameterized constructor, so what I will do exactly, I will create another object. That is a obj2, and I want to call the parameterized constructor. So the argument of parameterized constructor is a string. So what I will do exactly, ultimately will pass some string, because this the parameterized constructor will accept the string. Also I can put message over here, yes. Okay, so let's save this code, try to compile this code with the java c command, java c demo.java, and run this code, java demo2. Yes, this is a default constructor demo printed when we create the object with a default constructor. Okay, this is a parameterized constructor demo. Also have printed my name. Why? What? Because I have created an object with a parameterized constructor, and I have passed some my name as an argument, string argument, and it is a printing over here. So what is a conclusion for that? You can create the object with the default constructor as well as with the parameterized constructor. Okay, it's fine. Now the second thing is to understand about that the default constructor is a optional. Default constructor is optional. So what does it mean? If I remove this, okay, before I have to comment this, let's say before I have to comment this, okay, let's have this. Now the default constructor is optional. Let's say if I remove this, okay, and let's try to compile the code. See, I have called the constructor, but I have not defined the constructor. Then what will happen? Okay, just compile the code. Yes, code will successfully compile, but there is no message. Why? Because the code we are printing over here has been commented, has been removed. But still, if I am not writing a default constructor, if I am not defining a default constructor in this class, still I am able to create this object. Still I am able to create this object. So default constructor is optional. Default constructor is optional. But if I remove this parameterized constructor from here, if I remove parameterized constructor from here, and if I create an object with a parameterized constructor, then let's see what happens. Yes, it will throw the compile time error. So that rule applies to only default constructor, but for the parameterized constructor, if you are calling the parameterized constructor and if you are not defining a parameterized constructor, then you will get the compile time error. But the reverse is not. If you are not calling parameterized constructor, but if you have defined parameterized constructor, you will not get compile time error. You will not get compile time error. Okay, so let's compile this code again. Yes, it will be successfully compiled. So these are the rules. So also we can define so many numbers of constructors. Let's say string s and string s. But the condition should be there. The signature of this all the constructors should be different. Now what are the signatures? Signatures are nothing but the number of parameters. We don't have return type, so signature in the constructor means a number of parameters. Let's say we have defined this constructor. We cannot define the same argument length constructor again because it is already been defined. If we change the argument, let's say the string is, yes, we can define. Now what I am doing, I am passing the two argument. If I will do the same thing, this cannot be allowed there because we already have this constructor over here. But if I, let's say, do the integer, yes, it's fine because the argument has changed, argument type has changed. Okay, so are you able to get this? You can define as many of constructor you want. Let's say if I want to define the constructor like this, one is string. Yes, both string are not allowed because it is already been defined over here. But let's say one is string and one is integer. Yes, it's fine. It's already, you can do that. So what we are doing, we are defining the constructor again and again. This thing is called the constructor overloading. This thing is called the constructor overloading. It's fine. So what is a constructor overloading? Constructor overloading is nothing but defining the constructor with the same name, yes, and with a different arguments. Okay, so this is nothing but the constructor overloading. Now the question comes for that, what is the use of constructor? What is the use of constructor? The use of constructor is for the primary initialization. See, let me give you the example. If I define the default constructor, if I create the object with a default constructor and do not define a default constructor over here, it will not give me error. It will not give me the error. But why I am defining a default constructor? That is why, because I want to define some initial data on that. Let's say if I am doing integer id equals integer id, And when I create the object, I want to assign some value id equals to 101. That is the something I want to do this. So what I will do, when I create this object, the value of the id will be assigned as a 10. That, so this is the way default constructor will be used as the primary initialization when you are defining any software application, any game or anything with Java or any application. When their application startup, you want to initialize some initial variables for that application. For the initial primary initialization, you can do with the constructors. Okay, so this was all about the constructors. This was all about the constructors. Okay, so I hope you are now more aware about the constructors and the constructor overloading. Okay, so thank you very much for. So hello there. We were looking at the constructors. We have seen the default constructor, parameterized constructor. As we one more thing to important thing to define in the constructor you might not find in your books, but it's really to understand that what we have described, the default constructor is optional. Default constructor is optional. So what does it mean? If I cannot define a default constructor, this will not give me the error. Yes, this will not give me the error. Okay, let's check that. We already have checked it. We are just checking it again. Is it working? Or java2.demo. No, it's giving the error. So what is the error? This is the constructor class case name const demo cannot be applied to given types. Okay, and it is giving error over here. So ultimately it is giving the error on your default constructor. But as we have described, we have already checked that the default constructor is optional. If we cannot define the default constructor over here, and if we can create the object with default constructor, yes, it will not give you the compile time error. We checked that, but it is now giving the compile time error. So what is the issue? The issue is like that the default constructor is optional, condition applies until and unless you don't have the parameterized constructor. Okay, so what does it mean? At that time we were not creating the object with parameterized constructor. Now let's compile this code. Sorry, it's not defined over here. Let's compile this code. Yes, your code will be successfully compiled. Default constructor is optional until and unless you have the parameterized constructor. But once we define a parameterized constructor, and if we calling the default constructor, if we creating the object with default constructor, what it will do, it will find a default constructor. Let's compile this code again. Yes, you have the compile time error. So condition is that default constructor is optional until and unless you don't have your parameterized constructor. But if you have your parameterized constructor defined in your class, and if you are calling or if you are creating your object with default constructor, you have to have defined your default constructor. You have to have defined your see, this is the detailed term. It might be not available in your any books. You have to have defined. Now your error will be gone. Yes, it's fine. So what if we do not have the default constructor, still we have only parameterized constructor? If I comment this and I will uncomment this. So what I am doing, I have defined a parameterized constructor and I am creating an object with parameterized constructor. So neither I am creating an object with default constructor nor I have defined a default constructor. So let's see what happens. Java C. Yes, you don't have the error. See, you are not creating an object, means you are not calling the default constructor, nor you have the default constructor defined. So it's fine. You will not error. You will not have the error. So again, so let's conclude this session for this last topic. Default constructor is optional until and unless you are creating an object with default constructor and you have the parameterized constructor defined. What does it mean? If you are defining a parameterized constructor and you are calling the default constructor, or you are defining an object with default constructor, then you have to have defined the default constructor. Okay, so this was the last tricky. Yes, I know this is a tricky part, but you have to have understand this. Okay, this fine. So this was the last topic on the constructor. So this was all about the constructors, constructor overloading, default constructors, and the parameter constructor. Okay, thank you very much.